to stick to lab grown.
Girl, if you're listening, ask for a full carrot.
Yeah. Oh god.
There were non-competes in place. There were, just.
So how'd you get around that?
There's
I didn't.
ways. There's ways to get around that, guys. Speak to your lawyer, and you'll find out.
Welcome back to the Citadel podcast, Creating the Dream Life, where we dive deep into successful business owners and we talk about how they're creating their dream life and how you can go about doing the same. So I'm joined here with someone absolutely amazing today, Shelly. She is the founder of The Perfect Diamond. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fabulous.
Awesome. Now, just quickly diving straight into it,
Go for
I'd love to know your description of what the dream life looks like for you.
Dream life to me looks like doing absolutely anything and everything you want without limits.
So like that financial freedom.
Financial freedom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in your journey, how have you gone about, doing just that?
To create financial freedom, I think the first thing is, for me anyway, people would just seem to think chase the money and then you have financial freedom.
Yeah.
Don't chase the money, chase the dream, right?
Yeah.
Chase the thing that ignites your fire, ignites your heart and soul on fire, and that money will follow.
Yeah. Follow what you're passionate about.
Follow what you're passionate about. Get those qualifications and do what brings you like the most happiness, right? Because if you're chasing the money isn't gonna come. You've got to chase the dream, chase what puts you on fire. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that for you is diamonds?
Well, not initially.
Okay.
I did psychology in uni. I thought I was going to be a therapist, a
Interesting.
counselor, and somewhere along the way finished the degree and didn't go into psychology and started at.
Was there like any switch there that flicked? You're like, oh
No,
no,
not at all.
interested anymore?
No, not at all. I actually didn't get an internship in psychology straight out of uni. And of course, when you're 19, 20, 21, whatever the age was, your fragile little ego sits there and is like, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough.
You're like, ow.
He was a bit ouchy.
I deserve that.
He's like, I just studied so many years. And then at the time I was working in retail, and one of our customers in that female retail place I was working at was a manager at Gregory Jewelers and was like, do you want to come work with us in our team? And if you know Gregory's, it's like this beautiful marble exterior, buzzing, massive glass doors.
Yeah.
And at 2021, you're like, yes, please.
Hell yeah,
Can I start on Monday? Where do I start?
Where do I sign?
Where do I sign? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And that's where I started, 2 years. And I just kind of went from uni into Gregory Jewelers, and Christopher Gregory just really took me under his wing, and their whole family, just amazing people, amazing family. They've got like a bunch of stores in New South Wales, I think maybe in Melbourne too. And that's how Diamond started for me. And then I went somewhere else for 7 years.
I love that. So I'd love to play on the psychology aspect.
Yeah.
Right. So you studied psychology. You're now doing diamonds. How do they both intertwine, especially when dealing with clients? Like, do you find that having that degree in psychology, you find it easier to close clients? Or?
Absolutely. There's psychology everywhere. In every single day you use it, right? How you talk to family, friends, customers. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned in life and in the degree is the study of body language.
Yes.
Right? Joe Navarro, what everybody's saying, that's a phenomenal book. That book will just help you close sales through and through. Yeah.
And most of your clients you obviously meet in person, correct?
100%. I think luxury, you need to have the touch of human hands in luxury, which means that in-person bespoke appointments, designing engagement rings, going through diamond options and things like that. You got to do it in person.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
So what does that process look like? So for someone listening, that client journey, how do you go through, okay, I'm interested in purchasing a ring to actually purchasing the ring?
Yeah. So you call up and you'll say, or you call, email, text, Instagram, TikTok, however you come through. Want to book an appointment, you book it in, you'll come into the space and you'll sit down with myself. And our appointments are divided into two parts. First part would be the design and setting of your engagement ring. And the second part is your diamond education, 4 C's, how to buy a diamond, what to look for, carat weight, color clarity, all that type of thing. And then we put the ring together in our Sydney workshop. And at the end of 5 weeks, you come back and your ring's ready.
Awesome.
Very simple.
Yeah, it sounds very
simple. It's not overwhelming, not complicated. I mean, we also do fine jewelry and like tennis bracelets, necklaces and things like that. But the engagement rings is our bread and butter. It's
I love it.
the thing that we focus on the most.
Perfect. So yeah, you found this business in 2019.
At the end of
What was the process of actually getting to that stage? So where were you and how did you build up to say, I'm going to be that bad bitch business owner?
Let's get into it. Okay.
Give me the tea. I need to know.
Give you the tea. You ready for the tea? I'll tell
I'm
you the
ready.
tea. So I worked for another organization for 7 years in the building that we are currently in.
Okay.
So
I love that.
So
there's a bit of competitiveness.
Oh yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. So after 5 years employment there, I was like,
where to now?
Like, what else you gonna give me? Are we opening another store? Are we multiplying? What are we doing?
So just quickly, what stage were you at? Were you like a regional manager? Were you?
So there, I was a senior diamond specialist.
Okay.
So after 5 years, and then we were like talking about opening another place, yada yada yada, but nothing really happened. And I kind of stuck around for 2 more years. And have you ever like been in a job where you show up, but you're on autopilot?
Yeah, I think that's most work, to be honest. Like when you're working a 9 to 5. You just do as you're told. It's just like, yeah, la-di-da-di-da.
And you kind of
I
like,
can definitely resonate with that.
I don't know if you did sales in your previous kind of roles, but you're just kind of repeating that same pitch and you're repeating that same process.
Over and over.
And that fire in your belly, in your heart, in your soul, it's not there anymore. And I just knew this is it for me. This is it. What's next? What am I going to do next? If I stay for another X amount of years, it's going to be the same thing on repeat.
Yeah.
So I just decided it's time. Let's open our own business. Like, why the hell not? Trust in my skill, my connections, my education. And if I sink, I sink. If I float, I float. Like, why not?
Throw yourself in the deep end, yeah.
Exactly. If you're going to make X amount for someone else year after year because you've got sales targets and things like that, like, why can't you do it for yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
it's interesting because the first podcast that I did with Danny Saliger, he dove deep into risk taking. And I think risk taking is everything. You took that risk, you jumped in.
Yeah.
What was it like facing, challenges, roadblocks, going through that process of actually starting your own business? Because that is very, very, like, it's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
And for someone wanting to create their dream life and, build their own business, how did you go about it and how did you overcome these challenges?
Firstly, you've got to believe in yourself. You got to trust the process, trust in your connections, trust in the people around you, your education, your qualifications and things like that. I mean, look, I opened my business in the same building as my previous workplace. So there were non-competes in place. There were, just...
So how did you get around that?
There's ways to get around that, guys. Speak to your lawyer and you'll find out. But there's definitely ways to go about that to protect yourself legally.
Of course. Yeah.
In the first couple of years when I had my business, it was COVID. So it was real challenging. It was real tough. Yeah, it was real hard. But I think in my mind, I just kept repeating to myself, just trust in your connections, your skill and your education, and you'll get through it. Don't overthink things and just take a step forward. Don't procrastinate. Don't be a perfectionist because all those things are blocking you from your success.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you founded your business?
I think 31.
Did anyone ever kind of think, you don't know enough about diamonds, or you're
absolutely.
too young,
Everyone,
you're too
Kyle,
late?
every single person.
How did you overcome that? How did you ensure that people built that trustworthiness with you to go, okay, I'm going to purchase from you?
So 2 parts of your question, right? So the first part is you're asking me, did people say, you know what, you're too young, you don't have enough money to... All that background noise. I didn't listen to it. Like, whatever. Cool, that's your opinion. Whatever. Yeah.
Move on. Love it.
When it came from my family, I'm like, well, if it's not now, then when? Like, when will I do this? Like, no, it's all background noise. All yap, yap, yap. Doesn't mean anything to me. Second part of your question is,
how do you overcome and build that trustworthiness with the client for them to actually purchase?
Well, you've got to really perfect, I guess, your sales process, right? And that's the first part, understanding your product and your business. And I think when you are the business owner, you bring an extra flair. But let me ask you a question,
Go for
Kyle. In business, when all things are equal, because everyone has great product, everyone has great service, everyone has a beautiful space. When all things are equal in business, Kyle, what's your deal? What's your tiebreaker?
I think my tiebreaker when it comes to business is my passion. If I'm really passionate and someone can see that I believe in it and I absolutely love it, they're like, I'm going to work with this guy because he's going to get me results.
100%. And I ask myself that all the time. What is my type? Why should someone choose the perfect diamond when there's like 200 other stores, businesses
There's one in the same building.
There's many in this building, right?
Yeah, okay, true.
And the answer for me is enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will beat my enthusiasm when it comes to my business. I don't care what business you're talking about. And that is why you would choose the perfect diamond over some other jewelry place down the road, because your enthusiasm can't be replicated. And that is your tiebreaker when all things are equal in business.
Well, to be honest, to recognize that when I first met you, I was like, oh, this girl's fun. You had some energy, you had the vibe. I loved it. You're like, oh, make yourself at home. Just set up. We'll put the cameras here.
Just come in, have a whiskey, have a tea, whatever you want. Make yourself at home. Casa su casa.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. So you're 5 years in business?
5.5 now.
How has that looked from the beginning to end, and what have you changed in, your sales process and everything in general to where you are now?
Where you are? Yeah, great question. So I think the first 2 years we had COVID, a lot of lockdowns, a lot of can't do this, can't do that. And I had literally just opened. So I think in the first 2 years you had to pivot. I had to design and market online and do a lot of online transactions for custom jewelry pieces, because you can't do face-to-face. We tried online appointments, doesn't work because luxury needs the touch of human hands.
Just quickly, how did you go about that process when, you got to size them up and go through, okay, in person, this looks exactly what I'm looking for compared to on a computer?
We tried the online consultations and appointments. It just didn't quite work. Regarding finger size, there's ways and tools that you have that you can use to confirm a finger size. Those things aren't hard. Okay. But I mean, to understand what a diamond color looks like in a FaceTime or Google Chat, Google Meet, whatever, it's not the same thing. Very different, right? Think about if you're about to buy a brand new car, okay? You're getting a brand new, I don't know, M3 or whatever. You've never sat in one, you've never seen one. It's not the same as looking at the specs online, is it? You want to go in, exactly. You want to sit in the car, you want to feel the leather, you want to feel how the door closes, you want to feel how the pedal feels and how it accelerates. It's not the same.
Well, I think the biggest thing with me, even being in my field of work with videography, is lighting. When something's well lit, it can perceive completely differently.
So true.
A diamond can look like $1 billion compared to what it actually is.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think that's a big thing. So how did that journey look and that process over the past 5 years?
Well, you've got to just adapt, and you have to adapt quickly. COVID came, COVID left, and then for a while we just kind of tried. Well, we grew. We went from a smaller suite to this current suite. We had employees come, we had people go, and along the way, with every ring you make, every piece you make, your business is just growing, right? Because people are just referring. And for the first few years, it was just all referral, because we got suspended on Google for 2 years, and I didn't know.
Oh, really?
We had Google suspension on our website because it wasn't showing up on Google, right? For 2 years, I was like, what the hell is going on with this account?
Supreme Digital will help you out with that.
Supreme Digital would help you out, but before we met Cam, we had another lady that kind of did and fixed all of that up. So for the first, I think 2-3 years, it was just literally word of mouth and Instagram. Yeah. That's how we had our clients. So, yeah.
So you're all over socials. I was having a look. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram. Yeah. How have you been really pushing your social media content?
Probably could go harder.
Yeah.
But at the moment, probably not as hard as I would like. I think socials and TikTok in particular is very important. Real people, real stories, right?
100%. And that's the best thing about even podcasting is you build that trust, that authority. And I was having a look at your socials too. It was phenomenal. You had some really good clips. There was a few on there that I was watching. It's like, if you got chubby fingers, these are the types of rings you should be getting. I'm like, this is sick. And that's how you build that trust. It's just
real information, right? Real information, tips on how to buy an engagement ring, how to layer jewelry. I think in social media, I feel like some brands have this super overly curated, perfected social content. It's like, you don't need that. Jump in front of the camera. Don't be scared. Just talk about what you know, right? And educate how to buy a diamond, the 4 C's, bow ties, tennis bracelets.
I mean, Simon Beard's a real good representation of that. He's even a real advocate for just bringing the phone out and just talking directly with the audience.
100%. Most of our content pieces are, when it's just me talking, it's literally just there where the safe is. Put the camera on top, boom, boom, boom. For an appointment, 10 minutes, just do a few takes and you're good. Edit, put some things in there and you're good to go. Don't overthink socials. If you are opening a business and you think about socials, do not overthink it. Get in front of a camera, buy a microphone, and just start practicing. It's like a muscle. The more you do it, the better you become.
100%. And you've got like really good energy when it comes to just in general and speaking and content. And even the content side of it, you're passionate about. For someone that's trying to get into the content realm, how do you overcome that and become that, like, even you on your socials, you're just like a good vibe, you provide good value.
You just got to practice. Honestly, filming in front of a camera, it's like a muscle. You must practice.
Yeah.
You've got to adjust.
Even if you don't post it.
Even if you don't post it, just practice. And also you need to reflect and edit your own content, right? Listen to your own voice, the pace, the tone, you know, how you look, your hair, your makeup, all these things. The more you do it, the better you become. If you look at our original piece of content, garbage, terrible. But over the years, you just kind of perfect it because no one really teaches you how to do podcasting, right? No one really taught me how to film, you know, TikTok. Most of it I just learned on YouTube. If I don't know, ask ChatGPT, ask Google, get the answer, and just get out there and start filming. Don't be a perfectionist about things because that will just lead to delays. Just get it out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was asking about socials because I'm interested how you go about building your clientele. Like, are you building them through social media, word of mouth, marketing?
I think
how do you go about it?
It's a combination of all those things.
Okay, where do you get most of them from?
At the moment, it's TikTok.
Interesting.
Yeah, at the moment it's TikTok. Cam does all our marketing stuff. So, you know, Google and Meta ads and things like that.
Yeah.
So through that avenue as well. But at the moment, a lot of it is I've seen you on TikTok and, you know, you're talking about the Moval, you're talking about the ratio, you're talking about how to buy, blah, 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 blah. So clients are coming through right now. Leading platform is TikTok.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
From the past 5 years, what's been the biggest roadblock or the biggest challenge with your business?
Oh, what a great question to ask. The biggest roadblock in the last 5 years, I think finding the right people, creating the right culture. When you have people coming and leaving, training, and you know, you want to scale, you want to build, finding the right people for your business is the hardest thing.
Yeah. Do you think that when you were, let me rephrase that, when you were starting your business in the first year, you would have been getting a lot of it through word of mouth, right?
Clientele.
And that clientele. And that was the same with me. When I first started business, I was getting a lot of work just through word of mouth, but it wasn't enough to suffice. So I had to go through a period of like, okay, word of mouth now, okay, ads, you know, trying to get clients elsewhere. Did you have to go down that same route?
You know, I think I was lucky because by the time I opened my business, I already had 10 years of experience in the diamond game.
So you already had that.
I had a reputation and I had a name through, you know, my previous workplaces. So when people were like, oh, I need a ring, but Shelly, I think Shelly from X, Y, she does diamonds.
Yeah.
So I already had a following from the 10 years. And then when I switched to my own business, it was just a natural ongoing flow of clients that just...
No, I need to go back to Shelly.
I need to, like I'm getting engaged. I need a wedding band. I need a gift. Shelly does diamonds. And like, you know, diamonds is something that, I mean, how many diamond specialists do you know? Zero. None, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm not at that stage just yet.
You don't, it's not, it's a very niche industry. It's a very small percentage of, you know, all the professions kind of overall. So you won't really meet any diamond specialists or gemologists or diamond graders or jewelry designers. Yeah. You know, a lot of people that I know, they only know one person. Yeah. Which is me.
Yeah. So what's involved with diamonds? Like I'm very unknown to the whole diamond side of it. All I know is lab grown and what's the other one? Lab grown and natural
diamonds. Yeah. So
give me a bit of a run through.
Should we do
Should
we do like the PG version or like the controversial version?
Give me the controversial.
All right, so 2 categories, lab-grown diamonds and naturally mined. Lab-grown diamonds are grown obviously in a lab over 12 weeks, and natural diamonds is grown underground between 1 to 3 billion years. So they're the 2 different kind of categories. Now people are saying, they're different. I can see the difference. It's a load of crap. You cannot see the difference. The 2 type of diamonds identical in chemistry, in physical make, in all aspects. Yeah. They're the same to the naked eye. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 1, 2 side by side, identical. It's just the way that they're grown is different.
But how do you tell?
Well, if you're grading a diamond through a lab and you're putting it through very strict testing conditions, there's certain things that we look for to be able to grade between the two different types of diamonds. But to the naked eye, it's not gradable. You can't look at it. If someone says, oh, I can tell that's a lab grown diamond, that's like you looking at me saying, oh, you're an IVF baby. That's you know, you can't physically tell.
I could look at the fake diamonds and I'm like, that shit looks real.
That's real sparkly.
Because I don't know much about it. I'm just like, that looks sparkly. Cool.
Are you gonna get a lab grown or a natural for your partner? Is she listening? Hi, I'm Shelly, by the way, if you're listening.
Yeah.
I got you, girl.
She did say she'd be happy with lab grown, but I don't know.
Did she say what carat weight?
No.
Did she say what shape?
Yeah, she's got a whole freaking
list?
itinerary. Yeah.
All right, well, when you're ready.
So yeah, I'll have to reach. Yeah. No, 100%. No, that'll be exciting. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to.
Well, I mean, the other big difference between natural and lab is the price point, obviously, right? Like,
yeah, what's the biggest price point? Like, because I mean, when you got a lab grown diamond, which is 12 weeks, in comparison to something that's 2-3 billion years, like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go with the lab grown? Depending on price, obviously.
Well, I mean, why you want to go lab grown? Most of the reasons why people choose lab grown is one is cost effective, and two, it's a slightly more friendlier to the environment.
Yeah. How cost effective are we talking?
Okay, well, we'll use 2 carat round brilliant as an example because I know kind of prices off the top of my head. In your natural round brilliant, you're probably looking at about 30-ish, 30, 32, 34-ish, depending on the 4Cs. If you're looking at a lab grown 2 carat, we're looking at maybe 2.5.
Oh.
So it's a massive huge difference. Yeah. Not just a slight, massive.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to lab grown.
Girl, if you're listening, ask for a 4 carat.
Yeah. Oh, God. She's not going to be listening. No.
So they're the differences between natural and lab.
I love it. Now, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh.
Where's Shelly going to be?
So.
Look how excited she's getting.
Do we say? Do we not say? What do we do, Anjali? Well, we're actually planning a little visit to Singapore.
Exciting.
So we're looking in different markets at the moment. And, you know, that's going to be the next challenge for me, right? Believing in myself and taking that risk and taking that step, going to a market that I have no experience in whatsoever. I've never even stepped foot in Singapore, but I speak the language. I know a little bit about the culture. So
are you guys... Do you work with international clients or is it domestically?
We do have international clients, but majority is locally.
So that process is, do they fly over and then you do the in-person consultation? Or
yeah, sometimes they fly over. Sometimes we do just online consultation. There's not like a whole heap, but we do have some from America. We have some from like the Asian countries.
Yeah.
But majority of the clients that we service is local. But we have a lot of people that fly in from other states for appointments, like Melbourne or New Zealand, Perth, Queensland, people coming in to just experience what it's like, right, to design your ring and to receive an education of how we do things here.
Yeah. Are you ever looking to expand? So like you have a team where someone will fly and then do that in-person consultation there? Because one of my best mates is a personal and editorial stylist, and he's also a suit tailor.
From where?
He's on the Gold Coast. But he'll travel and he does clients all over the world.
I mean, traveling tailors is a thing, right?
Yeah. So he'll measure them up. Yeah. He'll do that whole process, he'll have the whiskey, all that kind of stuff.
The tailor culture. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I think it's unreal. I love it.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from doing that? Why don't you kind of go through that process of question. Like, getting the size and, sitting down and working with them and then getting the diamond itself? The
value of suits to value of diamonds is very different.
Yeah.
So firstly, you've got safety, security, and I still feel like in terms of designing engagement rings and fine jewelry and things like that, you need to come in person here because, we have very high value items here. Some diamonds cost as much as a house. Some pink, very rare argyle diamonds, blue diamonds and things like that. And the value of these things are quite insane. Big. Yeah. I mean, to carry a briefcase around with diamonds and your rings and your settings, to me, that doesn't really give luxury.
Yeah,
it doesn't say luxury. I don't imagine like brands like Chanel, Hermes, and whatever else are bringing in luggages of handbags to someone's house, and for me, it just doesn't sound like luxury. No disrespect to the tailors, because they play in a different game and have a different setup. But for us, I'd say I'd want you to come through to experience what the perfect diamond experience delivers.
Yeah, here in-house.
Here in-house.
Yeah, I think I was going more on the bit of a target of kind of like you'll kind of do the design, you'll sit down, you can have kind of which aren't real diamonds, but examples of like, hey, this is what this one looks like, that, and that you go through that little process there with them, just for people that can't necessarily fly internationally or interstate, having a bit of a team that can go do that for you.
I definitely know that another jewelry designer in our building does that. They fly overseas and they do a lot of back and forth like that. I guess it could be something that we can explore in the future. But I think for now, we're just staying locally and looking into Singapore as a second location.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. So what makes the perfect diamond different? Why should I come to you guys?
I told you before, remember? When all things are equal in business, what is your tiebreaker?
Yeah, fair.
It is my enthusiasm. That's what sets me apart from every other person in the diamond game.
Is there anything else besides the enthusiasm, like the process, or they wouldn't be different in diamonds or anything themselves?
Anything else different
apart from your enthusiasm? Like, is there anything else that's like, okay, cool, she stands out in this aspect?
Well, if you jump onto our socials, I think the first thing you will notice is that my focus is not on the product.
It's on the person.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you jump onto Instagram, you will see that the focus is on the client. The focus is on the experience, the reveal, the pickup. I film a lot of what I do in our appointments.
I did actually see that. Yeah.
So it's not focused on the product. It's focused on the people, because it's real people, real stories. And I want the socials to be reflecting what it actually feels like, what the experience feels like when you come in, not some like overly curated fake bullshit. X, Y, and Z. We want your face on there and 100%. Kyle looking at diamonds.
And I love that, because I was watching a video of a guy that's just purchased a ring for his partner, and like he got like the whole box opening and his reaction, and I thought the whole process was really, because
it's real
really
people,
cool.
right? And I love when guys come in and they're in their tradie outfits, or they're a bit dirty, and we want real people. This is a place where you come in, you have a whiskey, you have a tea, you sit down, and you're
sit down and have a chat with me. Let's sort it out.
I'm a real person. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you what you need and show you and take you through the journey of how to buy an engagement ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what sets me apart from, I think, other people.
Yeah. And so what's the reason that you guys have specialized mainly in like wedding bands and wedding rings, and you haven't gone into the route of every other type of jewelry?
I think keeping within that top tier of jewelry, fine jewelry is your top tier. You've got many different layers of jewelry. And for me, I love designing engagement rings, right? I love hearing about your story. If you and your partner came in, I'm going to ask you things like, how'd you meet? Where'd you meet? How long you been dating for? Can we incorporate your anniversary numbers into the diamond carat weight somehow? Do you want to do engraving? That's what I'm interested in. I'm invested in the people, right? And engagement rings just gives you, I suppose, access to those kind of love stories.
Yeah. So when you get the ring, how long is the process of like from designing it to actually receiving it?
5 weeks.
5 weeks?
5 weeks.
That's pretty quick.
Everything's done locally in our Sydney workshop, so there's nothing from overseas, none of that crap.
So it's all done here? All done locally. That's cool.
I'm too much of a control freak. You do things from overseas, you can't control the process, things go wrong, no good. You need to be able to control the process here.
Yeah. Do you find being a bit of a control freak takes a bit of a toll, because you're like, I need to be here doing this, and this?
Initially in business, you are such a control freak.
Yeah,
right?
I noticed. Well, there was one thing that I struggled with, which was the Superman syndrome.
Yeah,
I thought that I could take on board everything. Yes. I'm the marketer. I do all the invoicing.
You're the receptionist, the marketer, the social media person, the salesperson. You're everything and everyone.
That was a big thing for me to overcome. So how have you overcome that? Or have you?
Look, I've definitely become a lot better, right? Yeah. She's rolling her eyes.
Yeah, she looks away.
I've definitely become a lot better at the control aspect of things, and that's come through employing people and building a team and letting go of the trust and the control in layers.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, right? Because there's only 24 hours in a day. We all have the same amount of hours in the day. You can't,
100%.
You can't overfill a bucket that's already full. You just can't do it. So the moment you realize you need to delegate, replicate, you just start to let go of that control, and you feel like, okay, Carl's got this, Seth's got that, Cam's got that, and you you just, you'll get burnt along the way, of course, with things going wrong with employees and whatever. But overall, it just gets better and better, and you become less and less controlling.
Yeah, well, that was one thing with me was delegation. Was okay. Well, what do I enjoy?
Yeah.
What brings me in the money? What do I not enjoy? And what doesn't bring in the money?
Yeah.
And the things that you don't enjoy and that don't bring the money, you got to delegate because they're taking your time and they're not doing anything for you. That was a big thing for me to learn. Now, how big is your team?
Before we go on.
Yeah.
So what is it that you enjoy in your process? What's your favorite role?
I'm the creative. I enjoy being creative, looking at a room or an event or whatever I'm filming and being like, cool, I'm going to get this angle. I can get this shot. I can showcase what the client wants through my camera in this type of way and then putting it together.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy all of the, emails and the invoicing and doing all the SOPs. Yeah, that doesn't tickle my fancy. Yeah. I just like simply to be creative.
You've got the eye for it, right? Like where things go, how the lighting's going to be, how that's going to be put together in the video.
Exactly. And that's not something that you can really teach as such. That's something that and one thing that I've been really pushing onto Seth is you just learn by doing.
Yes.
And just kind of taking that risk and just jumping in the deep end.
Exactly.
And one thing for me as well is that I learn more by teaching, right? So I think there was some crazy percentage is you'll retain more by teaching somebody else.
That's right.
So yeah, every time that I'm like showing, Seth, okay, this is my process. This is how I go about doing this. I'm retaining it more, and I'm like, oh,
through repetition,
that.
right?
Oh yeah, that, and then there's that, and it's also helping me go to that next level. So yeah, that was really big for me. So yeah, just quickly, how big is your team?
At the moment, we've got the people in the workshop, and we've got Angela and myself, and we've got another designer. So our team isn't all that big.
Yeah. Because I was just gonna go. How do you go about finding good quality people for you to work with?
Well, funny enough, all the people that have come and gone in the previous years have come through referrals.
Oh, true.
Right? Like we had a girl that left about 2 months ago, and the way she came through was through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And that mutual friend was like, oh, I've got a friend. She's got jewelry experience. I think you should give her a shot and give her an interview if you're looking for someone. At the time, I wasn't. And I thought, you know what? Sure. If this mutual friend believes in this friend, then
I'm gonna give her a go.
All right, if she's got experience, then I've got nothing to lose. Sat down for a coffee, and I think in interviews, what it says on paper out the window, it doesn't really matter. You got to go by
well, that's
like gut instinct with the person.
I've worked on some pretty big film sets,
and
my sister's doing really well in the industry, and she got me a gateway in there. And going based off what you just said, then it's not who you know will get you there, and what you know will keep you there, as well as your attitude, especially in the industry. Like you'll be given a chance. If you stuff up that chance, they will get rid of you like
very
that.
quickly.
Yeah,
I always say everyone's replaceable, even me.
Yeah.
Look at Steve Jobs for example, right? Everyone's replaceable.
Yeah, 100%. So for someone who wants to kind of dive into creating their own jewelry store, how would you go about that process? If you had to start from day one in this day and age, how would you go about it?
I'd firstly get some qualifications down pat, just the basic fundamentals. And you can get some qualifications with, I think, GAA. They run some courses. Log in, I think they're like 2,000 or so to do like a week course or a couple day course. And then second thing would be is get some work experience. Go work at a retail jewelry store or a bespoke jewelry place like ours, and just get a couple of years in of experience. How does it work? Understand jewelry. How do I put a ring together? How do I source a diamond? What do I look for in a diamond? How do I grade a diamond? And then once you've got the foundations down pat and you want to open a jewelry store, then you can move forward and apply to certain platforms to get access to specific things, and link up with a workshop, and boom,
and
off you go.
Awesome. Now, for people listening, where can they find you?
Well, I mean, Google, right?
Yeah.
One, Google. We're in Sydney, St. James Trust building. TikTok, Instagram. I think TikTok's probably the best place, because I feel like that's going to give you the most authentic version of us, of me, of the team, and authentic information if you're looking for jewelry-related advice.
So who would you like to see on the podcast next?
You know whose story is really interesting? We've got some tailors in our building, and the founders, Jake and Michael, have a very similar story to mine, working for someone for X amount of years, going through a non-compete and starting up their own business. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So if I were to invite someone to your podcast, I'd probably ask Michael and Jake
Awesome.
from Woolcott Street. I think their story will be great for your listeners to hear. And, you know, Michael's got a great energy and they do some great suits. I mean, they work a lot with our clients here because we do obviously wedding and engagement. So our businesses are, we just refer a lot of clients side by side. So I think his story will be quite interesting.
Perfect. Now, the last thing, is there any piece of advice or is there any quote that you want to leave the listeners with as a last final thing?
Yes, I do.
Let us hear it.
Perfectionism is a defense against rejection and criticism. Perfectionism is a defense against rejection and criticism.
I like it.
So that's not from me. I think that might have been from either Mel Robbins or Brené Brown. Do not be that perfectionist and do not procrastinate.
Yeah. Procrastination is huge.
It's it's in your head because perfectionism does not exist.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're opening a business and you're taking that first step, just take that first step. Don't overthink it. Okay. Things don't have to be absolutely perfect. You can always change things. Things aren't permanent. If the website text is not quite right, you can change that later. If the placement's not perfect, it doesn't matter. Just put yourself out there, take a risk,
mm-hmm.
and
throw
just
yourself in the deep end.
Dive deep.
You're
gonna learn. You're gonna learn on the job. You're gonna learn, and you will make mistakes in business.
Of course. Yeah.
It's inevitable, but that's how we
learn from your mistakes.
100%.
Absolutely. Well, Shelly, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed that conversation.
Yeah, it was good.
When I need to get a ring, I know exactly who to come to.
Yeah, 4 carat lab grown.
Yeah. But thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Citadel podcast, and we will catch you on the next one.